All right, rugby fans, welcome back. We're diving deep into a story today that has the whole rugby world talking. It's the upcoming Australia versus England test match.
Yeah.
It's always a huge game, but this time it's got an extra layer of intrigue.
Absolutely.
With the British and Irish Lions tour on the horizon, the Wallabies coach Joe Schmidt has made a pretty bold decision.
He has.
He's selected Joseph Suaalii to make his debut for Australia.
And that's the thing. This isn't just any regular debut.
Right.
Suaalii has never played a professional rugby union match before.
I know, it's a massive call.
Huge.
Especially with only 4 tests left before that Lions tour.
Yep.
It's a crucial time for the Wallabies to solidify their team and get those combinations working.
Yeah, for sure.
Why do you think Schmidt's making this risky move now of all times?
Well, it's it's kind of a perfect storm, I think.
Okay.
Injuries have definitely played a part. Hunter Pesami's absence leaves a gap in the centers.
Yeah.
And Schmidt clearly thinks Suaalii can fill that gap. But it's more than just filling a spot on the roster,
Right.
This is Joe Schmidt we're talking about.
Yeah.
A coach known for his meticulous planning and, calculated decisions.
Yeah.
He wouldn't throw Suaalii into this kind of high-pressure situation unless he saw something really special in him.
Okay, so let's talk about Suaalii.
Yeah.
For those who may not know, he's a big guy, 6'5", 21 years old. And most fans will know him from rugby league.
Yes, right.
Where he really made a name for himself as this incredible talent.
Absolutely.
And then came the switch to Union, a multi-million-dollar deal that really sent shockwaves through both codes.
Yeah, it was a massive signing.
Huge.
And, it says a lot about the potential that Schmidt sees in him.
Absolutely.
And people might forget that Suaalii has actually played rugby union before.
Has he?
Yeah, but only at school level.
Okay.
But, clearly Schmidt's been keeping an eye on him.
Yeah.
He believes that he has the raw talent and athleticism to make that transition to the professional game.
So what are we expecting to see from Suaalii on the field?
Well,
What kind of player is he?
from his rugby league days, we know he's incredibly powerful and athletic.
Yeah.
He's got this knack for breaking tackles and, gaining meters. But the big question is, how will those skills translate to union?
Yeah.
Because the two codes are quite different.
Absolutely.
Especially in terms of positioning and tactical nuances.
Yeah, and for those who might not know, in rugby league, you have 13 players on each side.
Yep.
And the game is much more about attacking and running with the ball.
Yeah, it's a lot more free-flowing.
Whereas rugby union has 15 players, and the game is more strategic,
Yeah,
involving more kicking and set pieces like scrums and lineouts.
absolutely. Yeah,
So Suaalii's physical attributes will certainly be a huge asset.
for sure.
But he'll also need to adapt to that different flow and structure of union.
Yeah, he will.
And he's doing it under immense pressure.
Oh, yeah.
Not just because it's his debut, but also because of the opponent he's facing.
Absolutely. Oh, yeah. Talk about a test.
They always bring a tough physical game.
Always.
And in the centers, Suaalii will be paired with Len Ikitau. And they're going up against Ollie Lawrence and Henry Slade.
Wow.
Now, Slade,
Wow.
he's a world-class player with years of experience at the international level.
Absolutely.
Talk about a baptism by fire
No doubt about it.
for Suaalii.
It's a massive challenge for him.
It is.
Slade is a master tactician. He reads the game so well.
Yeah.
He'll be looking to exploit any inexperience on Suaalii's part.
For sure.
This matchup will give us a fascinating insight into Suaalii's defensive capabilities
Yeah,
and his ability to adapt to the pace of international rugby.
absolutely. And it's not just the English players he has to worry about.
Yeah.
The media attention surrounding Suaalii has been relentless.
It's been crazy.
Schmidt even admitted that the press conferences have been dominated by questions about the young debutante.
Yeah, they're all about Joseph.
It seems like the entire rugby world is watching him right now.
They are. It's the price of fame, I suppose, especially when you're a young player with such a high-profile switch and a multi-million-dollar contract.
Yeah.
But you've got to give Schmidt credit. He's been trying to shield Suaalii from that media storm
Yes.
as much as possible.
Yeah, and from what I've read, Suaalii seems to be handling the pressure pretty well.
He does.
Schmidt has described him as level-headed, humble, and very focused on his preparation.
Yeah, he's also said that Suaalii is forthright,
Right.
willing to ask questions and learn,
Right.
which is encouraging.
Yeah.
It suggests that he's not letting the hype get to his head.
Yeah.
He's approaching this debut with a sense of purpose
Right.
and a real desire to prove himself,
Yeah.
which is great to see
Absolutely.
at such a young age.
It is.
It really does, and it speaks volumes about his character.
Right.
It'd be so easy for a young player in his position
Oh, yeah.
to get swept up in all the hype,
Totally.
to let the pressure get to him.
Yeah.
But it seems like Suaalii is keeping a level head.
He is,
Yeah.
which, let's be honest, that's exactly what Schmidt wants to see.
Yeah.
It's not just about talent at this level.
No.
It's about temperament.
It is.
Can Suaalii handle all that scrutiny?
Yeah.
Can he perform under pressure?
Yeah. The mental side of things is huge.
It is, and this match against England will be a real test of that mental fortitude
For sure.
as much as his physical abilities.
Yeah, absolutely. And we can't forget, this debut isn't just a personal trial for Suaalii.
Right.
It has massive implications for the Wallabies as they prepare for that Lions tour next year.
It does a lot,
Yeah.
is riding on this match.
Yeah.
A strong performance from the Wallabies with Suaalii slotting in seamlessly
Yeah.
would be a huge confidence boost for the whole team.
Massive.
But on the other hand, a shaky debut from Suaalii,
Yeah.
it could raise doubts about Schmidt's decision
For sure.
and potentially disrupt the team's preparations.
Absolutely. It's a delicate balancing act for Schmidt. He needs to assess Suaalii's potential without jeopardizing the team's performance.
Yeah.
And let's not forget, England are no pushover.
No, they're not.
They'll be looking to exploit any weakness in the Wallabies lineup.
Speaking of weaknesses,
Yeah.
what are some of the challenges you think Suaalii might face on the field? We've talked about the pressure, the step up in competition.
Yeah.
But what about the specifics of his position?
Well,
What's he going to need to do to succeed against a team like England?
defensively, he'll need to be rock solid.
Right.
England has a powerful backline
Yeah.
with players like Ollie Lawrence who can break tackles and gain meters.
Yeah.
Suaalii's going to have to read the attack, make his tackles,
Yeah.
and communicate effectively with his fellow defenders.
So important.
Yeah, absolutely.
And in attack, what can we expect to see from him?
Well, that's the exciting part. We know he's got the power and the pace to break the line.
Yeah.
But in Union, it's not just about individual brilliance.
Mm-hmm.
It's about working within a system.
Yeah.
Understanding your role and making decisions that benefit the team.
So it's not just about making those flashy runs that we saw in rugby league.
Exactly. He'll need to learn when to pass, when to kick, when to hold on to the ball.
Right.
And really develop that spatial awareness.
Okay.
His understanding of the game's flow and, that ability to make quick decisions under pressure.
That's right. It's a pretty steep learning curve,
It is.
especially considering he's being thrown in at the deep end against a world-class opponent.
Yeah, it is. But it's also an incredible opportunity.
It is.
If he can rise to the challenge, if he can just show us a glimpse of his potential,
Yeah.
it would be a huge statement.
It would.
It would send a message to the rugby world that Joseph Suaalii is here to stay.
Yeah, it's almost poetic, isn't it?
It is.
This young, unproven player stepping onto the international stage,
Yeah.
facing down a seasoned opponent
Yeah.
with the weight of expectations on his shoulders.
It really is. It's a classic underdog story.
It is.
And, as rugby fans, we're all captivated by the drama,
The uncertainty.
the potential for something truly special to happen.
Yeah, it's moments like these that remind us why we love this sport. The passion, the intensity, that unpredictable nature of the game.
Yeah, for sure.
And who knows, maybe we'll witness the birth of a new rugby star.
Or perhaps a harsh lesson in the realities of international rugby.
Yeah. Either way, it's going to be a match to remember.
Absolutely.
But let's not forget, there's a bigger picture here. This match is a big stepping stone on the road to that Lions tour.
It is.
And the outcome could have major implications for the Wallabies and, their selection for the Lions tour and their overall strategy heading into that.
Absolutely. The Lions tour is the pinnacle for these players.
It is.
And Schmidt will be watching this match incredibly closely, looking for players who can handle the pressure, the physicality, and the, tactical nous required to compete at that level.
So for Suaalii, this is more than just a debut.
It is.
This is an audition to show the selectors that he deserves to be on that plane to the UK.
Yeah, exactly. And it's not just about his individual performance.
Yeah.
It's about how he fits into the team,
Right.
how he complements the other players, how he contributes to the overall game plan.
And speaking of game plan, what do you think Schmidt's strategy will be for this match? Will he try to protect Suaalii, give him limited opportunities, or will he just throw him in the deep end and see if he swims?
Well, knowing Schmidt, he'll probably strike a balance.
Okay.
He'll want to give Suaalii enough opportunities to showcase his skills, but he'll also be mindful of not overloading him.
Right.
So I expect we'll see a mix of structured plays designed to give Suaalii some early touches and space to run, but also opportunities for him to make decisions and react to the flow of the game.
It's a high-stakes gamble.
It is.
For both Suaalii and for Schmidt.
Yeah.
But it's a testament to the faith that Schmidt has in this young player.
It is.
He sees something special in Suaalii.
Yeah.
Something that goes beyond his lack of experience.
Absolutely. And who knows?
Yeah.
Maybe this gamble will pay off.
Yeah. Maybe Suaalii will rise to the occasion, exceed all expectations, and really announce himself as a force to be reckoned with on the international stage.
Wouldn't that be something? A fairy tale debut, silencing the doubters, and igniting a new era for Australian rugby?
It would be amazing.
It would. It really would.
It's the kind of story that just gives you goosebumps.
It does. It's the kind of story that captures the imagination.
Yeah.
You know, it reminds us why we love the sport so much.
Yeah, the raw emotion, the unexpected twists and turns.
Yeah.
The possibility of witnessing history in the making.
Absolutely.
So to all our listeners out there, get ready for a match that promises to be full of intrigue, intensity, and maybe even a little bit of magic.
Yeah, you don't want to miss this one.
You don't. Whether Suaalii succeeds or stumbles, one thing is for sure, this is a match that could shape the future of Australian rugby.
Absolutely.
And that brings us to the end of our deep dive today. We've explored the challenges, the opportunities, and the potential impact of this highly anticipated debut.
Yep.
Now it's over to the players to write the next chapter of this story.
Yeah, enjoy the match, everyone.
May the best team win.